guys, today I'm going to be going over your new vocabulary words, and if you want to access this at any time, you can log in under your student login, and this is where it'll bring you. So this week we are going to focus on being a good citizen. So think back to social studies when we talked about citizens and learned about laws and all that. It's kind of going to go with that this week. So our question for this week is, what do good citizens do?
Words to know.
So today we are just going to go over the vocab words, kind of an easy day. So the first thing we do is we always make sure we can read the words. So I'm going to go through the words. Our first word is champion. Our next word is determined. Our next word is issues. Next we have promises. Next we have responsibility. We have rights, volunteered, and votes. So voting, rights, and responsibility, those were all vocab words back in social studies, so it should be a little bit of a review. So let's start with champion. All right, so our example is Maya won the game and became the new champion. And it looks like we have a video.
Champion. A champion is a person who has won a contest.
Okay, so a champion is someone who has won a contest, whether it's a state basketball champion or like an Olympic champion, or you can be a champion of something small, just someone who won a contest. So person who won a contest, what is a synonym for a champion? You can kind of think about that. Another word for champion, maybe a winner, something like that. All right, let's go to our next word. Determined. The boy determined which books to check out at the library. So determined means you decide something. So if you're determining, I need to determine what I want for dinner, you're deciding it. So who determined what you wore to school today? Well, since you were at home, you probably decided what you wanted to wear today, and that's what you're wearing. So determined is decided. So they both have the D, so you can kind of remember that. Determined, decided, determined, decided. All right, let's go to our next word. Next, we have issues. The fireman talked about issues of fire safety with the children. So issues are important problems or subjects that people talk about. So the fireman talked about issues of fire safety with the children, like we said. So issues are kind of like big problems or things that need to be addressed. So what are some issues in your classroom? We're not in our classroom right now, and I can't really think of any off the top of my head, but an issue could be too many people are talking and you can't learn, or an issue might be I don't know. Can't think of any right now. But a big problem is kind of what an issue is. So issues are problems. All right, next we have promises. I'm pretty sure you've probably made a promise with someone before, so you might have an idea of what this is. So while my video is loading, it says Zach and John made promises to tell the truth and stay best friends.
Promises. Promises are things you say that you will definitely do.
Okay, so if you promise to do something, you're saying you're definitely going to do it. So, just like I said, promises are things that you say you will definitely do. So, why should you keep your promises? If you say you're going to promise you do something and then you don't do it, then people won't really take your word. They won't, when you promise something next time, they won't think you're going to actually do it. So, if you make a promise, keep your word. So, promises, things you will definitely do. Responsibility. It is my responsibility to clean my room every week. So responsibility is kind of like a job to do something. So like your responsibility at school is you're responsible for bringing your books and you're responsible for doing your own work and things like that. So if you don't have your work done, you can't blame someone else because that's your responsibility. So if you have a responsibility to do something, it's kind of like your job. So at home, you kind of might have chores, which are kind of similar to responsibilities. So it says, what is a responsibility you have at home? So Are you in charge of cleaning your room? Are you in charge of bringing out the trash, emptying the dishwasher, loading the dishwasher, folding clothes, something like that? Those are all responsibilities. Your job to do it. All right, next we have rights. Going to school is one of your rights as a citizen. Your rights are the things the law says you can do or have. So think back to social studies. We learned about our rights. So think if you can think of any other ones. We talked about, obviously, the right to go to school. You have the right to practice your own religion. You have the right to meet in a public area. You have the right to say or do something as long as it doesn't harm someone. So think back to those rights, and those are things that, according to the law, that you can do or you have. Next, we have volunteered. I volunteered to help plant flowers in the garden.
Volunteered. If you volunteered to do something, you offered to do it.
Okay, so volunteering means you're offering to do it to help out, like you're not getting paid. So like our lunch ladies that cook food for you and things like that, they get paid, that's their job. But say a mom signs up to come serve food, that's a volunteer. They're offering to do it, they're not getting paid. So volunteering is just something you're offering to do to help someone. You're not saying, like, it's not like your job or something you kind of are doing for something else. So tell about a time you volunteered to help someone. Did you help someone bring the groceries in at your house? Or did you help someone pick up their room or something like that? So something you offered to do. And our last one is votes. I wonder who got the most votes in our class election.
Votes. Votes are choices made by people to elect someone or opinions given to decide something.
Okay, so votes are choices made by people. In the government world, it is to elect someone. So to elect a mayor, to elect a president, or it's opinions given to decide something. So sometimes when it's a rainy day recess, we might vote on a movie to watch. And obviously the winner is the movie or the person who gets the most votes. So when do people use votes to decide things? We kind of just talked about that. Whether it is to make a group decision, maybe you as a family vote where you want to go eat or what you want for dinner, or the big decisions like president, which we will have an election this year, and we'll be voting for president. So choices that you make to decide something. And those are all of our words for this week. So if you need to go over them again, you can just click on words to know, and that's where they will be all week.